You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, and here for Drakewing Gaming, a sub-you on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Repeat, Sissel's Path. So I've got the latest update for the game, y'all. Just want to go ahead and let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server, and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. I was halfway en route to Bradley Woods when a thought suddenly hit me. Maybe I should give Jenny a call about the situation. This was probably something she'd want to know about. I rummaged through my pockets for my phone and gave Jenny's number a quick tap. Oh. That's an interesting ringtone. Okay. Jenny's phone buzzed for several long moments against her bedside table before coming to a stop. Huh, she wasn't picking up. The voicemail blip suddenly played and I stuttered into my phone absent-mindedly. Hey, Jenny, hope you're doing well. Just calling to let you know about the whole Herschel and Sissel situation. Herschel finally confessed and Sissel's really mad, but I'm going to talk to him now that he's calmed down a bit. It'd be nice if you gave Sissel a call when you're free. You two are best friends, aren't you? I'm sure he could use an extra person to talk with. Anyway, I'm off to the woods again. Doesn't look like there's going to be a nice camping trip this time around. Hope to see you soon. Voicemail blip ends. Huh. A refreshing summer breeze swept through Bradley Woods this afternoon. Despite the turmoil from this morning, I couldn't help but hum leisurely in rhythm with the rustling leaves. I could see why Sissel always came here to cool his head. There was a certain calming air to Bradley Woods. A sharp splash took me out of my musing. What was that? Another small splash followed it. I quickened my pace towards the source of the sound. It's like I found him. I thought you didn't like getting wet. Sissel's ear twitched and he turned to me with a scowl. His shoes were tossed haphazardly on the lake's shore while he stood in knee-deep water, rolling a large flat stone in his hand. This hasn't exactly been a normal day. How did you know where to find me? You always come here when you're upset. Right next to your moping shack, as Jenny likes to call it. I don't mope. I don't know. The 20 unread messages in your phone says otherwise. Sissel sighed before rearing back and launching a stone into the lake. It skipped once and then immediately sank with an unsatisfying plop. Sorry, I just really needed some time to think. I know you wanted to help, but I didn't think I'd be very receptive. I was so angry I could barely see straight. I figured. I just got a little worried, you know? A quick little, hey, baby honey cake, sweet pea, I need some time to cool off. Talk to you when I'm ready. It would have been nice. I'm not calling you any of those nicknames. We're dating now. We gotta have something to embarrass each other with. I slipped out of my shoes and joined Sissel in the cool waters of Bradley Lake. Rummaging around the shallows, I plucked a hefty flat stone out of the water. Yeah, sorry. I'll try and be a little more open next time. I smiled and waved a hand dismissively. It's all good. I'm just glad to see you're doing a little better. How are you feeling? I gave my stone a gentle toss into the lake. My hand slipped and it sank immediately, splashing water into both of our spluttering faces. Blech! Ugh! What's your aim, dude? There was a small smile on his face as Sissel reached for another stone. I'm not sure what I'm feeling right now. Everything's so damn confusing. Like, it's infuriating to know that I could have grown up with a nice family or a good mom at the very least. The orphanage found me abandoned in a dumpster as a baby. I always thought my parents didn't want me, that it was some big mistake. Another toss, another heavy splash. Sissel sighed. It's nice to know that's not true, that my mom really cared about me. But that just makes everything else hurt more. Boss Herschel fucked everything up for me. I ended up growing up on the streets as an orphan with a dead mom because he just had to go steal money to win a damn competition. I'm so damn angry at him, but then I see him all beaten up and bruised and why do I still care? Sissel hurled another stone into the lake. It sank with a heavy thunk without a single skip. The damn asshole won't even let me help him either. Like, what's the big idea? Sissel huffed furiously and kicked the lake water with an angry splash. I leaned in close and gave Sissel a sympathetic pat on the shoulder. Herschel did all he could to support you throughout your life. Remember last night? He grabbed us out of the way and cooked a feast for us without a second thought. So, you know, coffee time. It's easy to see why you still care under all that anger. Sissel sighed and slumped weakly into the water. Yeah. Herschel's helped me so much, I probably wouldn't be here without him. Then again, I might be in a warm and happy family right now if it weren't for him. I don't know, I just feel so out of my depth. Herschel's technically family now, right? Aren't you supposed to love and respect your parents and they support you back and... But that sad ass won't even accept my help. Ugh! I shot Sissel an amused smile. Runs in the family, I guess. What's that supposed to mean? Sissel tugged on his long ears and groaned in frustration. He glanced up at me curiously. Hey, Adrian, you grew up with parents. So, yeah, let's start charging this my headset real quick. Yes. Okay, there we go. Alright. 1 second. Let me plug this baby in. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay. Hey, Adrian, you grew up with parents. How does this shit work? I blinked slowly. That's a loaded question. I'm not sure I'm the right person to ask. Sissel scratched his head awkwardly. I mean, you still got parents, don't you? I was just wondering, how do you feel about your parents? Did you ever get into arguments or anything like that? No. No fights? None at all? Usually they fight amongst each other. I kind of just disappear into the background. Oh. Well, did your parents ever do anything good that you appreciated? I gave Sissel a wry smile. Yeah, they sent me to Girardi Academy, and then I met you and the rest of the gang. Granted, I only got sent here because I won a randomly selected scholarship, and my parents wanted me out of their hair. Sissel fell silent. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have asked. Nah, it's all good. The two of us stood stiffly at the lake's edge, quietly watching the waves lap onto the sand. Several long minutes drifted by before I spoke again. I'm probably not the best frame of reference for quality parenting, but the way Herschel's always taking care of you, always making sure to support you in whatever way possible, when I look at him, I see unconditional love. The kind that parents are supposed to give, the comfort in knowing that there's always someone to come home to. I've always wondered what that felt like. Sissel rolled another flat stone in his hand, staring out into the lake thoughtfully. Don't get me wrong, you still have every right to hate him. Herschel made a terrible and selfish mistake that ruined your life. But at the end of the day, he still cares. I think that's something worth considering. Sissel stood up slowly. He rolled the stone in his hand one more time before gently tossing it into the lake. It skipped once, twice, thrice, 7 times before disappearing under the waves with a gentle plop. You're right. I still care about him, too. I'm still angry, but I don't want to see him hurt. I want to have a long talk with him and just sort things out together honestly. There's still so much I want to know. About him, about my mom, about everything. Sissel sighed again. But of course we still got those debt collectors to deal with, and Boss is too stubborn to accept any help I try to give him. He hasn't answered any of my phone calls either, that jackass. A light bulb suddenly went off in my head. You want to know more about Herschel's past and understand him better? Sissel glanced up at me curiously. Yeah, it'd probably help me convince him to accept my help, too. And maybe make me a little less mad. Maybe. I rummaged through my pockets excitedly. That photo that Mrs. Corliss gave me. If what Echo said was true and my memory dive ability had truly grown stronger, then maybe... So, coffee time. Maybe I could take Sissel with me and actually show him Herschel's past. It'd be a pain to explain how it worked, but I'm sure I'd manage. I froze. My jacket pocket was soaked. Fuck! Huh? What's wrong? I pulled the photograph out of my pocket. It was dripping wet. Shit! Everything's wet! Give me a towel! I don't have one! Give me your shirt, then! My shirt's wet, too. What's so important? Why did I jump in the water? This was a terrible idea! Are you wearing underwear? That's gotta be dry, right? What's that gotta do with anything? And you know how I go commando most days? I need something to dry this photo with. God, fuck it, I'll just use my own. Sissel's eyes grew to the size of dinner plates as I reached for my belt. Dude, you can't just strip in the middle of the woods. It's nothing you haven't seen before. What if someone else sees you? We'll get arrested for public indecency. Well, tough shit, I need this photo in one piece. Wait, no. Put your pants back on. That's funny. It felt a bit sacrilegious to dry an old sentimental photo with a pair of boxer briefs, but at least it remained in one piece. Sissel was hiding behind a tree with his face buried in his hands while I struggled to put my pants back on. Come on, man, it's not like you've never seen me in the nude before. It's only been a day. I'm processing a lot of things right now, okay? Well, think of this as exposure therapy. I let my pants dip lower around my hips with a suggestive wink. Sissel shot me a red-faced glare. You're a fucking twat! Anyway, what's so important about this old photograph anyway? I carefully waved the photo to air out the last bits of moisture before handing it to Sissel. He froze. Yep. This is... It's your mother and Herschel and their friends, back when they were still studying at Girani Academy. Mrs. Corliss figured you should have it. Sissel quietly thumbed over Cecilia Bradley's image, a mix of bittersweet emotions swimming across his face. His mother's playful expression smiled back at him as though she was saying hello. So, this is what Mom looked like. Huh, I guess the messy hair runs in the family. Sissel's smile faded somewhat as he gazed towards the corner of the photo. And that's my uncle, Herschel. The word uncle slipped from his lips like a foreign concept. His brows furrowed. I guess this was before he stole Mom's money to attend the national culinary competition. Simpler times. I hung an arm around his shoulders and pulled him into a close side hug. Sissel just sighed and leaned into me tiredly, his gaze still fixed on Herschel's image. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Everyone looks so happy here. I just can't imagine why Boss would want to ruin it all for a fucking competition. The photo crinkled under his grip. Sissel shoved it back into my hands with a huff. You hold on to it for me. I'd probably end up staring holes into it. I smiled and leaned back against Sissel's warmth. Hey, sis? Earlier, you mentioned that you wanted to know more about Herschel and your mom, and you wanted to understand Herschel better. Sissel snorted. Easier said than done. I want to talk to him about it, but that twat hasn't answered any of my calls or texts. This run the family too. Sissel spluttered and scratched his head sheepishly. Are you still mad that I didn't call you back earlier today? I just needed some space and all. Okay, I get it. I'm being a bit of a hypocrite. I'll forgive you if you text me a nude later, and also start calling me a cute pet name. Excuse me? That's what'll get your forgiveness? Second, y'all. It is coffee time. Alrighty. I nodded sagely. I'm a very merciful boyfriend. You're welcome. You're a fucking twat. Anyway, where was I? Oh, right. I frowned. How the hell was I going to explain this? Hey, Sissel, you trust me, right? Oh, of course. You've had my back throughout this whole mess. I've got complete faith in you. He shot me a reassuring smile. My chest fluttered and my cheeks felt a little warm. I cleared my throat sharply and nodded. I think I have a way of helping you understand Herschel better and see things from his perspective. But, it's going to take some explaining, so bear with me. I slowly described to Sissel my ability to draw out memories from objects using my camera. I recalled the way I took a photograph of Owen's paper crane and pieces of his past with his family flashed into my mind. I probably sounded like an absolute nutter, but Sissel seemed to be taking it well. Are you high right now? Wait, please, just trust me on this. I swear on my life it's true. Sissel looked doubtful, but thankfully decided to humor me. Right, how is this supposed to help me understand Herschel? You have this photograph of his younger days with your mom. I'm sure I'll be able to glean at least a little bit of history from them. Sissel squinted like he was trying to understand the ravings of a madman. It was a bit rude if you ask me. It was common boyfriend etiquette to agree with them on all things, even if said boyfriend sounded like he lost his marbles. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. But before I go, y'all, I want to give a shout out to my bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all so much for your support. It definitely helps grow the channel. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. You are awesome for going above and beyond. And for our gold tier patron, Amer. Or Amer, whichever. I'm going to make that mistake probably every time. Thank you so much for just donating that little bit extra. It definitely helps. We're definitely going to give you guys some recognition. You definitely deserve it. But anyway, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye!